My name is Sophia Sims. I have been around in the labor, what I call active laborism, ever since probably 90. I ended up getting on the executive board of SEIU-UHW. This particular session, I was elected in as an alternate. When I've been asked what was bargaining like and how did we negotiate, it really was not like any negotiations to me. It was more like we've already made, talked about everything in the room in the back here, and this is what we're going to try to sell to our members. John August said, well, now we're going to exclude the CICs. We're going to exclude everybody. The only people that is going to go in the room and deal with Kaiser on pension, benefits, that stuff that's most important to us is going to be, he mentioned, he called out Dave Reagan's name first, Joe Semos, and a few other different presidents. So the only people that got a chance to go in the room with Kaiser to deal with this was only presidents of unions or staff directors or something like that, but no actual members. None of them got to go. So a lot of us kind of was like, this is not what's supposed to happen. This is supposed to be a thing where everybody, the members are supposed to be deciding this. They didn't want to tell us what might be happening or what they might be saying in there, so they're just going to go ahead and probably do it and then come back and just tell us this is what it is, because that's what happened. So what they did is they left out all the members. All of a sudden, they're in the back room with Kaiser. We don't know what they said. And I've never been a part of any bargaining ever before, where members were not involved all the way up until everything. So we never had that kind of dialogue back and forth. It was always something that they had decided, and I have to say the institutional union folks, they had already decided that this was what they were going to do and how they was going to present things and that type of thing. Then they would come out and try to sell it to the rest of us. I even wonder, because a couple of times I went down to the union. I know a lot of Kaiser big heavy people. I know their faces. I know what they look like. I know who they are. So for me to walk into the union and Wall Street is having his little side meeting, they going up into the room, and I ask different people in the union hall, what they doing? What's that about? What they mean about? Oh, we don't know. We don't know. Anytime you don't take the membership in there or let the membership see what you're doing, or you want to exclude the membership, then it must mean that you're hiding something, you're lying about something, or you're doing something that's going to hurt us in the long run. I have friends and people that I visit every now and then in human resource department, right? And so I remember one time saying to them, I'm not really being treated right under SEIU-UHW. I'm really thinking about going to NUHW, and this came from the HR people. What? Why? I said, because I need somebody who's going to really fight for us and have our back. I said, I'm tired of, I could take, and I would tell them, I said, I don't need any staff person to help me do anything. I can get something all the way up to arbitration, go to arbitration and know exactly what to do and what to say. I don't need them to hold my hand or do any of that kind of stuff. I know the steps. I know how it works. The problem being is that I said our particular institutional union, they tend to fight us when it gets up to the top levels where we know we got good cases and stuff like that. Or again, it just disappears. And I said, but the funny thing is, when we were under Sound would make sure our stuff get through. What? Oh my God. Well, we sure hope he does. Those people are a pain in our behind. They stay on our asses about something. I said, oh, really? Huh. And I just kind of laughed it off at the time, but I never forgot that. So in my opinion and in my experience, I feel that the employer, which is Kaiser right now, or at least in my case, they welcome SEIU-UHW because they know that they don't put up a fight against them. There's no friction. There's no, They know everything is easy. If they say, no, we're not going to do this, or we don't want you to do this, or we don't want to allow your members to do it, then it's just not going to do it. And our institutional union, they make sure that happens. One thing I will say with, the other folks or NUHW is that they come from, I would say they come from grassroots anyway. So we're used to fighting. Now, that's me. I'm a fighter. I want to fight. You know what I mean? If that's what I got to do to get what I want and to get what's right for us as members, then yes, we need to fight. And so in my experience also, in some conversations I've had with, management people, HR and stuff like that, they preferred SEIU-UHW because they didn't have all the friction in the fight and stuff like that. On the other end, they didn't want to deal with NUHW because they knew NUHW was going to give them a run for their money every time.